Every morning before the sun rose and every evening before the stars took their rightful place in the sky, 17-year-old Emily could be found at the same place. The quiet corner of Evergreen Cemetery beneath the tall jacaranda tree where her father lay resting. It had become a sacred ritual. Her father, Captain Giant Afolabi, a gentle-voiced soldier with hands that held her like fragile glass, had been taken from her in a roadside bombing while returning from a peacekeeping mission. That morning, a part of her heart had been buried too, at just 6 years old. The day her world changed forever, Emily stood frozen beside a casket too large to comprehend. On the day of the funeral, little Emily had gripped her mother's hand tightly and whispered, "If I talk to him every day, he'll still hear me, right?" Her mother, eyes soaked with grief, knelt and nodded, every word, "Baby." Every single one. Rain, sun, even on mornings she had a fever or when exams were piling up, she was there. And so, the ritual began. Then, with a rose from the backyard in hand and her black and white sneakers tapping gently against the gravel path, she'd walk the 4 blocks to Evergreen Cemetery. At 6:30 a.m. Emily would rise from bed, brush her teeth, pull on her school uniform, and pack her bag. "I've got a chemistry test today. Think I'm ready." A sanctuary. Her father's tombstone, worn from time and weather, became her confidant, her counselor, her lighthouse. And a teddy bear tucked under her arm to a confident teenager with dreams bigger than the town itself. "I wish you were here to quiz me like you used to. Mom made that stew you like. I almost burned the rice, but she saved it. Oh, and remember Bissy from down the road?" Others called it touching, but everyone respected it. "She asked me to be in her dance video project." Then she leaned forward, kissed her fingertips, and pressed them to the cold marble. One petal fell and landed in her palm. "Can you imagine me dancing?" And love, real love, left echoes that time couldn't erase. "Good morning, Daddy," she'd whisper, placing the flower at the base of the stone. She whispered, "But I know you'd be proud. I got accepted to the Art Academy in Lagos." She never stayed long in the morning, just 5 minutes, but she never missed a day. And every evening, just before 8 p.m., she would return. Her evening talks were longer, softer, more intimate. "Good night, Daddy," she'd say, sitting cross-legged in front of his headstone, her school shoes swapped out for worn sandals. She'd laugh sometimes, or cry, or sit in silence. The grave wasn't just a place of mourning, it was a diary. She'd tell them about the man who never missed a sunrise or a good night because his little girl never let him. People in town noticed. For 11 years, they had watched her grow from a tiny girl with braids some found it odd. The cemetery groundskeeper, Mr. Baco, once said, "That girl's got more loyalty in her than most soldiers I knew." On her 17th birthday, Emily brought candles and a slice of chocolate cake to her father's grave. "I wish you were here to sing off-key with Mum and make me close my eyes while you bring out a gift that's clearly hidden behind your back." There was a long silence as she stared at the stone. "Thank you for never leaving me." "Not really." That night, a gentle breeze stirred the jacaranda blossoms above. She smiled. The world often forgot that grief wasn't a chapter, it was a shadow. For Emily, her father hadn't been gone 11 years. He had been there every morning, listening to her sleepy good mornings, every evening, hearing her laughter, her doubts, her secrets, her stories, and he would continue to be there through college, adulthood, heartbreaks, triumphs. And someday, when she had a child of her own,